Good morning, my friends in YouTube land. I've been saving my milk jugs for quite some time, and it just seemed like I needed to think about some of the things that you all could use your old milk jugs for, either in the garden or in just I'm a retired florist also, so I try to think of all the things that I could use things rather than putting them even out for recycling. But it kills me to see them in the people's trash cans. And I think, wow, you could use that again. So anyway, here goes. So I have a Dremel tool. If for those of you who don't know what a Dremel tool is, this is it, and it's neat little thing, and it made all these little holes. I will turn this back off so we aren't bothered. But this one, you can see the little holes, and I just marked it. And then this one, I decided that this would be a great little sprinkling can. Marked it, and I mean, my husband goes for 2 of these in a week. I happen to drink cashew milk, but he drinks, as I call it, real milk. And so 100 of these would get thrown into a landfill if we weren't recycling, or hopefully recycling if everybody on the block is doing the same thing and not throwing the pizza box away, so it all gets thrown in the trash. But anyway, I just want to show you. This is the one on the side. So you can see it actually works. Not real great, but I think I need to work on it where I just put the holes maybe more at the top, so your force is coming out there and not down here as well. And this one I thought worked really well. This was cute, and I thought this was, see, that does come out nicely. And if you're old enough, probably aren't, but if you're old enough, you remember that your mom would have had some sort of like a little bottle that had a little sprinkling can thing, and this was probably a tin top, and my mother did anyway. This was before steam irons, and she would take this and something similar, and she would take her clothes that came off the line outside, the drying, she was drying her clothes outside. Anyway, she would bring them in, and then she would take her little container and she'd sprinkle water on it, and then she'd roll them up and let them re-dampen so that she could then iron them. But anyway, that was in the days of old, back when dirt was new. And so anyway, okay, so you've got these two. These would be great sprinkling cans. Like, say you're a teacher and you want to teach your kids how to grow things in the garden, and each one got their own little can, whether it was with their little milk container or something, poke some holes in, teaching children how to grow, teaching children how to take care of something. So that's that. If you want to use it as a small planter, I found these were great. You could poke holes in the bottom, and I don't think, well, it's not going to fit very well, but you could cut the very bottom out of this, and that could be your little tray, and you could cut holes in the bottom of this for drainage. So anyway, that's that, and it has a handle. I think it's great. I grab them and walk around with them because these are my plumeria, and if I take a bunch of starts, I'm probably giving quite a few away. So it's nice to be able to say, here's your gift. Moving on, I'm a retired florist, as I mentioned, and a lot of the times you have a container, and this is a pretty big container. It's cute for Easter, cute for spring, but this takes this takes a good block of Oasis, if that's the way you're going. people now are worried about what, Oasis is doing to the environment. And back when I was a florist, we just used Oasis. But anyway, if you were going to use Oasis, then this would take probably a good full block. But if you use something like this, half of the container, you can bring it up to where you want. You can, if you're worried about the Oasis not being heavy enough, put some stones in it. And you can put this in here. Make your arrangement if you wish. If you're going to green it, then go ahead and put your half block of Oasis here, quarter block, whatever, bring it up. And then you can go ahead and make your arrangement. And if you want to fill it in with a little bit of, Easter grass or real grass, I don't care what you're going to use, but you can hide your mechanics that way. And in floral work, that's the whole thing, is hide your mechanics. But back to gardening. I'm going to start some plants later. If I'm cutting off a bunch of sticks that I'm going to put in water, well, I'll put a few stones down, put in my water. If I'm going to use rooting powder, and I'm going to put them in just maybe a little bit of dirt just to get everybody started, then I could stick it in there and they would stay tight and upright. Another thought. So then I thought about cutting the tops off and making a nice little scooper. I happened to pick the one that had holes in it, and I did that by mistake, but after I did it, I thought, what a great idea, because it really does keep things aerated, so I'm not clumping here at the bottom. So anyway, that was that idea. But then a friend of mine who happens to have animals is always saying that she's worried about giving them too much, and I thought, gee, if you took this and you filled it with your half cup of food, dog food, cat food, whatever food, a cup of it, and then you took your magic marker and you went around, where it came, then when you do scoop it up, you would always know where that was. If you were giving them too much or too little, you could give it a little oomph and drag some out. So those are just some ideas that I came up with. And, I don't think I'm that brilliant, but I'll bet there are a lot of ideas that you could come up with, that you could think of, that would work really well. Whether you're turning this thing on its side and taking, the side of it and making it a tray, whether you're cutting it up for plant tags, that's certainly a usable thing. If you're using it as a divider for your seed packets, so you can put what it is, vegetables, fruits, what have you. There's so many ways of reusing something that will make it new again, make it of value again, make it important again, and help renew the world and keep it going. I don't think we need to beat on each other for the idea of recycling, and I don't think we need to fine each other for, you didn't do it this way, and, scientists say that global warming, and, we all have to lessen our footprints. Just use common sense. Think about what you're doing to the world. Think about what your place is in the world. And I think we will all get along better, and I think we'll make the days go by in a much smoother and more loving manner. So thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope if you guys like this, you'll subscribe to my channel and that you'll come back and watch. And I love whenever you leave messages, because then I know you're actually watching and that you're not like my husband and going, yeah, So anyway, have a great day, garden what you've got, and stay in touch. Bye-bye.